Welcome to our video on flood risks in Louisiana, preparing for rising waters. In this presentation, we will delve into the complexities of Louisiana's vulnerability to flooding, exploring the various types of floods that can impact this diverse state. From riverine and coastal flooding to the challenges of urban environments and the ever-looming threat of flash floods, we'll examine both the current risks and historical context of catastrophic storms in the region. Join us as we equip ourselves with knowledge and strategies for preparedness during Louisiana's flood season. 1. Understanding Louisiana's susceptibility to flooding. Louisiana is a state that has always been closely tied to water. Its extensive network of rivers, bayous, and its proximity to the Gulf of Mexico make it uniquely susceptible to various types of flooding. The state's flat terrain and the existence of numerous low-lying areas amplify this risk. Whether it's the mighty Mississippi River swelling beyond its banks or the rapid onslaught of a flash flood, Louisiana's residents are no strangers to water's destructive potential. Understanding these risks is the first step in preparing for the inevitable challenges posed by rising waters. 2. Riverine flooding. When rivers overflow, riverine flooding is a common occurrence in Louisiana, especially in areas adjacent to the Mississippi River and its tributaries. This type of flooding results from excessive rainfall that causes rivers, canals, and streams to swell and overflow their banks. Communities situated near these water bodies are particularly vulnerable. The Mississippi River, with its vast watershed, acts like a giant funnel, collecting rain from upstream and carrying it southward. When the river can no longer contain the volume of water, it spills over, inundating nearby areas. This overflow can lead to significant property damage and disrupt the daily lives of residents. 3. Coastal flooding. The impact of the Gulf coastal flooding in Louisiana is primarily driven by storm surges and high tides originating from the Gulf of Mexico. The state's extensive coastline and flat terrain make it particularly vulnerable to this type of flooding. Cities like New Orleans, which sit at or below sea level, face heightened risks. When a hurricane or tropical storm approaches, the Gulf's waters are pushed inland, leading to severe flooding in coastal regions. This type of flooding can devastate infrastructure, homes, and businesses, leaving communities grappling with the aftermath long after the waters recede. 4. Urban flooding. Challenges in the cities. Urban flooding presents a unique challenge in cities like New Orleans and Baton Rouge. These areas are characterized by impervious surfaces such as roads, sidewalks, and buildings, which prevent rainwater from naturally seeping into the ground. When heavy rainfall occurs, the drainage systems in these cities can quickly become overwhelmed, leading to flash floods. The lack of sufficient drainage infrastructure exacerbates the situation, turning streets into rivers and making daily commutes dangerous. Urban flooding not only causes property damage but can also pose significant threats to public safety. 5. Flash flooding. Sudden and intense flash flooding is one of the most dangerous types of floods due to its sudden onset. It occurs when heavy rainfall falls over a short period, overwhelming drainage systems and causing water to rise rapidly. In Louisiana, flash floods can strike with little warning, leaving residents with minimal time to react. This type of flooding is particularly perilous because it can sweep away vehicles, topple buildings, and cause loss of life. The unpredictability of flash floods underscores the importance of staying informed and prepared for any potential flood threats. 6. Louisiana's history with catastrophic storms. Louisiana has experienced some of the nation's most catastrophic storms, each leaving indelible marks on the state's history. Hurricane Katrina in 2005 was a Category 5 hurricane that caused widespread destruction in New Orleans due to levee breaches. The storm resulted in over 1,200 fatalities and $125 billion in damages. Just weeks later, Hurricane Rita caused significant damage in western Louisiana. In 2008, Hurricane Gustav brought widespread flooding to southern Louisiana, impacting areas like Baton Rouge. More recently, Hurricane Laura in 2020 caused extensive damage in the Lake Charles area. These storms highlight the persistent threat Louisiana faces from hurricanes and the resulting floods. 7. The flooding season in Louisiana. Louisiana's flooding season aligns with the Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June 1st to November 30th. The peak period is between August and October, when hurricanes and tropical storms are most likely to develop. However, the state is susceptible to flooding year-round due to heavy rains and river flooding, particularly in the spring. This means that residents must remain vigilant and prepared for potential flood threats at all times. With unpredictable weather patterns and climate change, the flooding season's impact may vary, making it crucial for communities to stay informed and ready. 8. Preparing for Louisiana's flooding. Preparation is key to mitigating the impact of flooding in Louisiana. Residents should start by understanding their flood risk, which can be determined by checking FEMA's Flood Map Service Center or consulting local emergency management agencies. Keeping abreast of local news and weather updates is crucial, as is signing up for emergency alerts from local authorities. Additionally, purchasing flood insurance through the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, or private insurers can provide financial protection. Creating an emergency plan, including evacuation routes and communication strategies, is essential for both families and businesses. Finally, homeowners can take proactive steps to protect their properties by installing flood diversion walls, elevating electrical components, and acquiring modern flood protection solutions.